Tag Show.
The Mix Tag Show.
With Jenna and Blue.
Damn.
Now, here's your host, Jenna and Blue Magic.
What's going on? It's the Mix Tag Show with Jenna
and Blue. What's up? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We've been gone a while.
It's only been a week.
We've been gone a while.
Okay. It's been a week. Before that, we did a little Christmas thing before, right?
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah. How come we didn't record last week?
I was very, 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 very sick. I was very sick. Ended up in the hospital.
Wow.
So
how you feeling?
I'm feeling way better than last week.
A whole lot better?
A whole lot better than last week.
When I was on social media, I saw when you went to whatever shindig, you had a nice plate of food.
Oh, that was my aunt's house. It was her birthday 2 Saturdays ago, so she had a thing at her house this past Saturday. And had a little family get together.
Had some nice Haitian food on deck, right?
Yeah, and some nice Tito's on the side. And
good for you.
And me and my cousins, we decided to play some Uno. I didn't win.
Uno is such a tricky game.
Yeah.
Because so many people have different rules.
Yeah. I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
So we played their way that time. And then after that.
Voice. There it goes.
And then we played some Monopoly. I kicked on them in Monopoly.
I saw you killing.
Monopoly, you don't want it.
I don't, because I'm still very confused on how Monopoly works. So.
Yeah, I played that like every day in my childhood.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like me and my best friend. We played it on my porch.
So you stack your paper.
Yeah, that's why we play.
They say when people are good at Monopoly, they're very good,
business
with their finances. So maybe I might have to talk to you.
Yeah.
All right.
And then we played for New Year's. What did you do?
Honestly, I was an old lady. I didn't do anything this year. Like, my best friends, one went to Thailand.
Oh, they lit.
Another one went to Canada.
Oh, they lit.
Another one to South Africa.
Oh, they definitely lit.
They're lit.
You lit.
So I was like, oh. Which was cool, though, just because, like, I felt like, not that it would have forced me to go out, but just this year I wasn't feeling it. Like, every year I go out or we have some type of shindig.
Right.
So this was a year I decided to just stay home with my mother and my dogs and get off of social media.
Yeah, you're getting off for how long you say you're staying off?
Just a few weeks.
Okay.
Nothing too crazy. Sometimes you need to
refresh. I haven't done that since I've...
I know, because you all about the social media.
Yeah.
It's your job, essentially.
Basically.
So, but yeah, no, it was cool. It was chill. But my holidays were great. I hung out. Remember when I was sick? Like, I was going out every day.
Yeah, you was out here.
Every day. To this party, to this thing, to this get-together. So it was nice last week to just kind of relax and not do much. I think I needed to do that just to, like I noticed like last week I was sleeping as soon as I got home from work, like legit, like early, and I think my body needed to recover. So, but yeah, my holidays was great. So
yeah, for New Year's I ended up going to G House. Me and G went there for.
What was my invite?
It was like a last minute thing. And plus,
whatever.
You're not gonna come to Jersey anyway.
You never know.
It was New Year's Eve. You're not driving out here.
And it was raining.
It is raining. You're definitely not coming out here.
I hate Jersey. So, anyway, on that note.
But wait, then the Uno. Then the rules changed.
Sir, I mean, I understand, but we got to show.
Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
Did you win at least in Uno?
No, because we play stack though. Some people don't play stack, and some people do. And then we play spades too.
I never knew how to play spades. Or dominoes. I know, and I'm half Puerto Rican, and that's a thing. Like,
at least dominoes. What?
I know.
Okay, let's get back into the show. I'm sorry.
Anyway, so we're gonna start off the show kind of on a somber note.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we lost another one in the wrestling world.
Mean Gene.
Yeah, Mean Gene Oakland passed away at the age of 76.
Yes.
Yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday early during the day, he died in the hospital in Saratoga, Florida, near his home in Osprey, Florida, with his wife by his side.
Yeah, he had recently undergone 3 different kidney surgeries.
Mm-hmm.
He fell a couple of weeks ago, his son said, and he hasn't been the same since.
Yeah, it just went from bad to worse.
Right.
So it's unfortunate. And, condolences to his family and friends.
What's your favorite memory of
I don't have a specific...
Specific?
No, I said it right, and I'm not going to say it again. Mean Gene favorite moment, just because I wasn't watching more so like in the 80s and stuff like that when him and Macho Man and Ultimate War and all those guys. So you about
to say that I'm aged, huh?
A little bit. No, but in general, if I do have like my favorite moments are just him and Macho Man, because Macho Man is was a character,
right?
And then Mean Gene was one of those people that just facial reactions, expressions were just on point. And I remember we were talking about it, just like we don't have those interviewers anymore,
no,
right?
We don't.
So, we definitely lost a legend.
I think one of my favorite that I'm always gonna remember is the Gobbledygooker. For the Survivor Series.
Oh yeah, we posted that clip.
We posted a clip when for Thanksgiving, the Gobbledygooker had him come out to the ring and actually dance. Yeah, like that was hilarious to me. Yeah, and like he just played it off so well, and he's gonna really be missed. And you can tell from the wrestling community, everybody spoke so well of him. You never heard anything bad about Mean Gene.
Mean Gene, yeah.
So
again, we send out our condolences. So I guess we can move on to a little bit happier stuff.
Yeah, I got you a gift for Christmas since we didn't see each other.
Well, you got me a gift, but we didn't get to exchange it during... Okay, I'm not going to correct it. 2019,
we didn't see each other.
2019, I'm going to do my best not to correct you so much.
Did we see each other for Christmas? Okay, then.
Yeah, but you said since we didn't see each other, you got me a gift. That doesn't make sense. No. All right, I'm not going to correct you anymore. I'm sorry.
Do you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
Heads or tails?
I ain't got no going.
Okay, rock, paper.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. We're not going to keep doing this. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right.
All right.
So I'll go first or you go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
So back in October or something like that, Pro Wrestling Tees had posted something. Mm-hmm. And I was on the phone with him. He was like, "Aw, I want this." Uh-oh. So I was like, so I bought it. That's why when I told you I got your gift already, and you were like, already? I was like, yeah. I wanted to get you some more stuff, but the stuff was sold out in your size on Hot Topic. And Pro Wrestling Tees, they kind of...
Deaded it.
It's just kind of crazy with the prices, and it takes a while for them to ship.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have gotten it time. But... It's not much, but it's something that you said you wanted, so
yay.
Merry Christmas. And it's a blue bag.
It is. It's not the red bag that you said you're going to give me.
Yeah, I know. Should I put it here?
This way.
All right.
I'll open it on the side.
We have any Christmas music?
Oh, no.
Let me see if I can find it while you're doing it. No, I don't think so.
No.
Damn.
I almost bought this again, actually, when they went on sale again.
Did you buy it?
No, I said I almost did.
Oh, I was going to be so mad if you bought it.
Everybody knows, like, Marty's, like, one of my favorite members of the Bullet Club. Or was a favorite of my Bullet Club.
I was trying to get the Villain I was trying to get the Villain Enterprise shirt.
Right.
And I was trying to get the Elite shirt with the... because you didn't like the other one, because I almost got you that.
Yeah, and I'm not a big fan of the new ones. No.
So... Yeah, so
I'm so excited.
There you go.
Finally.
It has a hood. Look at you.
You know I love hoodies.
And there you go.
Hoodies is life.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Okay.
So for your gift.
Yes.
As you know, we were out in Cali.
Yes.
And, the Undisputed went on a little shopping spree. I was out there and got some Hot Topic stuff.
I'm screaming.
So adding on to it.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? This is like Jenna size.
Oh, my God.
So let me pull this up. And the guys were like, "You sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's my tag partner."
Wow.
I went old school. I went old school and actually wrapped it.
Wow, you wrapped it, everybody.
Yeah, I got a kid, so I've learned how to wrap toys and stuff.
Okay. Aw. Yo, and I almost bought this for myself too. Aw.
I'm pretty sure, like,
buddy. It is my size, buddy.
Yeah, I didn't do you like you did me with Becky.
Wow, okay. Thank you, sir. I almost bought this for myself, I promise you. And I get lipstick on it right away. Damn. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
I will give you a hug, but I don't like you that much.
Yeah, I don't like hugs anyway.
All right. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Kwanzaa,
Hanukkah. Speaking of gifts,
if you want to get a late gift,
or maybe it's someone's birthday,
yep.
Head on over to the WWE shop. They have like a 40% off your order sale. I think that was yesterday. You gotta check today's sale. But basically, you know, they always have some dope deals. I have on this Trish Stratus shirt.
Yep.
You know?
I came in a Usos hoodie.
Yeah, you're not representing, so we can't really mess with you right now. We have to put
I got
like
the
blur.
Usos hat.
Okay, you can get the Usos hat off the WWE shop, but go follow our link in our bio on YouTube. Well, in our social media. See, I've been off social media. I don't know what words to use.
And in the description in our YouTube.
Yes.
In there.
If you still follow me at Miss Jenna Baby, BAYBEE, the profile's still there. It's just I'm not active.
Right.
The link is there. Or you can go to
at the Mix Tag Show or my personal at Blue Magic Grind, spelled how it sounds.
There you go. So get yourself some merch. You know, Royal Rumble's coming up. I don't know if anybody's going. You want to look fly, go to the events, fly.
There you go.
Right? I look fly. Look at you like my outfit that I put
That's what I said. You look like you was going to ESPN, talk some wrestling.
That's it. That's the go. That is the go. Also, shout out to Collar and Elbow. Why did you do that? What does that mean?
That's when you lock up. It's collar and elbow.
Oh, okay. I was like, what are you doing?
I'm locking up.
Okay, good for you. What does everybody want?
Collar and elbow.
There you go. Shout out to Al Snow.
Yeah.
You know, this is when wrestling passion meets street fashion. That's me. It's you.
Yeah.
Right?
It's all of us.
It's all of us, right?
So go over to Collar and Elbow and use the code TMTS.
Get yourself some merch.
You know what else could be good?
What?
New Year, New Me, right? On It.
There you go.
So head over to On It. We also have...
Shout out to On It because, a lot of the WWE superstars, well, I think wrestlers in general, right?
Right.
They use their stuff. Like Bayley, Sasha Banks, Sarah Logan, Seth Rollins. Yeah.
So
a lot of people mess with their stuff, like you said, New Year, New Me. I'm gonna go to the gym because I ate crazy for the holidays. Right.
So you need to get some supplements for there, and maybe get some jump ropes.
Right. Some. What else? I don't know.
They got dumbbells.
Yeah, we were looking at
the
them,
Marvel
right?
ones.
Yeah.
With the Captain America when it ends.
It'll motivate me to not quit.
Right.
Because it looks kind of cute or whatever. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we still have, and moving on, we still have a Patreon.
Wait, but free shipping after you spend $125. So if it's New Year, New You, and trying to get your workout on, go over there. They got some good deals. And you get free shipping if you spend over $125.
They got workout clothes too, so.
There you go. So it's provided in our link, and it's also provided on our YouTube page if you look at the description.
And it's the same code, right?
Yeah, TMTS.
Same code, TMTS.
That's it. It's 4 letters.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Also, we're still doing our Patreon. I've spoken to Miss Jenna, and we have concluded that we have to sit and create some new content for you guys exclusively for Patreon.
Blue actually came to me and said this. And I didn't have to ask him. I didn't have to say what's going on. He said this.
Right.
This is a new Blue for 2019.
And I'm thinking the thing that the thing that we're working on, the
Mm-hmm.
secret thing that we've been working on that's supposed to be ready by January 6th. Not ready, but stages.
Yeah.
Maybe we add that to Patreon.
That'd be cool. So look out for that. My hands, I need lotion. My hands.
You don't have any. You don't carry a bag. Moving on.
Wow.
It is time for the draft.
So it's been a couple of weeks since we updated it. So I know our participants, our managers are on pins and needles. They want to know what the update is, right?
Yep. Dum dum
dum. Dum, dum, dum. So go ahead. You have to do like they do on ESPN.
What? Let's send it over to Jenna.
All right, Bob. Looks like this week
Can you call me Bob? Why can't I just be Blue? Why you keep calling me Bob?
All right, Bob. Looks like in the lead this week is Petty Club Worldwide with 143.5 points.
Yep, and following up is Night Riders, who scored 93 this week, but he has a total of
Wait. Up next, Undisputed Nation of Domination, 90.5 points.
TK Crew has 87.5.
Rich Fam,
61.
Evolution,
46.
So still in first place is Do Your Thing, because that shit.
Wait, you didn't say New Generation X.
New Generation X with 27.5. So in the lead overall is
Petty Club Worldwide
with 3,225 points. Then up next is
Night Riders with 2,885.5 points.
In third place, TK Crew, 2,754.5 points. Then
we have New Generation X with 2,432.5 points.
In fifth place, Evolution with 2,060.5 points. And we finally have someone who's not in the basement anymore. Who is that?
It looks like it's Rich Fam Kev.
Wow.
With 1,804 points.
And in last place.
How is this happening? Undisputed Nation of Domination. 1,643.5 points.
Wow. And it's not even tight. It's just like
What happened?
Man.
What happened out here?
Kevin essentially didn't give not one F after a while and just started picking whoever. And he's in sixth place.
That's right. Cena came back. Triple H been back.
And John Cena is coming.
That's what I said. Cena's back.
Oh, I didn't hear Cena, but yeah.
Yeah, Cena's back. Triple H is back.
And you know what? Rhonda helps him out too.
Yeah, Rhonda is out here. I didn't know she was gonna be out here like that.
But she's out here. So, we have a couple more weeks to the draft. After Royal Rumble, that is it.
Yeah.
So, Petty Club Worldwide has a decent lead, but Royal Rumble could be really bad or it could be really good for him.
And this is not rigged.
It's not rigged. # not rigged. And, the winner will get a great prize from us. And I think maybe we should get our smaller prizes. What do you think?
I was thinking about that.
Yeah,
that's why I mentioned what I mentioned before.
Yeah, they helped us out just,
right.
With all this.
What I said before, they could be the first ones to have. Exclusive.
Yeah, but we can even do like other stuff like shirts and stuff. Like we'll see,
We'll
like the
figure it
tiers.
out.
But okay, and that is our fantasy draft, Bob.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so we were supposed to do this last week, but someone got very, very, very sick.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's not your fault, but, you got sick.
Right.
So shout out to TKO because he gave me this idea. Well, I was watching his story when I was on social media, and he does his own year-end awards.
Right.
So I'm like, that'd be something cool to add to our podcast, right?
Right.
So we have
the TMTS Year End Awards.
We're going to try to breeze through this pretty quickly because we don't have all that much time.
No, we don't.
But,
we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, a lot to talk about. So let's get into it. Our first category, Rookie of the Year.
The nominees are Ronda Rousey, Amber Moon, Andre CM Almas, and Zelina Vega.
It's a package deal.
AOP, Leo Rush, Iconics. And the winners is... Where's my drum roll?
I don't know. The baddest woman on the planet, Ronda Rousey. Do you agree with that? Are you going to put a little graphic here?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Yeah, out of these options, let's go with that.
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty,
she's undefeated.
She's undefeated. She came in strong. She's had pretty decent matches. They're not consistent, but she's been the most consistent out of the choices that we had, right?
Right.
So next up, go ahead.
For the next round, we have Feud of the Year. The nominees are Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair, Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan versus The Miz, Ronda Rousey versus Nia Jax, The Usos versus The New Day, AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. And your winner is...
You can say it since I said it.
Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair.
I mean, hands down, right?
Can't argue that.
A lot of this we had a hard time picking because we didn't really find too many feuds that were captivating like
on the main
this.
roster.
Right. So we're gonna go with Becky and Charlotte.
Yeah,
rightfully so.
That's a good win right there.
Next up, we have the moment of the year. First up, we have Roman Reigns' announcement.
Right.
Alexa Bliss cashes in at Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
Becky Lynch turns on Charlotte Flair. Daniel Bryan's heel turn. Dean Ambrose's turn on Seth Rollins. Asuka loses her winning streak at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Owens' fall from ladder. What was it, like a 20 feet ladder or whatever?
Yeah, it was crazy.
And Sasha Banks pushes Bayley off the Elimination Chamber pod. And our winner is Roman Reigns' announcement. We're not going to really applaud that.
I'm not going to applaud that.
But, you know, obviously it shocked the wrestling world.
Right.
And that was definitely a crazy moment of the year. So,
yeah.
Next up.
The next category is Comeback Superstar of the Year. And the nominees are Drew McIntyre, the Bella Twins, Dolph Ziggler, Daniel Bryan, Bobby Lashley, Jeff Hardy.
And our winner is?
And the winner is Drew McIntyre.
I can agree with that.
I'll go Daniel Bryan.
Really?
Daniel Bryan, we didn't think he was going to come back. He came back and won the title.
I understand, but when he came back, there was that short period where it was just like, okay, what are they doing with Daniel Bryan? Whereas Drew McIntyre, ever since he's got called up to the main roster, he's had his moments.
That's fine, but in terms of overall, you come back and win the title and do a heel turn.
I understand.
And got the crowd hating you?
I get it. The only reason why I go with Drew, because again, Daniel had like a moment where it was kind of
because they were scared of what he could do in the ring. They're like, oh, we gotta play it safe.
Well, not even that. He didn't sign his contract or what have you, so you didn't know if he was gonna stay or not. But I still gonna go with Drew. So it looks like the people went with Drew as well. Next up, Tag Team of the Year. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
What's my cheat sheet?
Tag Team of the Year. We have the Usos, the New Day, the Bar, Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler, the B Team, and the Riot Squad. And the winner is Usos. Shout out to the Usos. I thought that was
It was pretty good. It was tight between the Usos and New Day, to be honest.
But my thing is with the Usos, like it's weird because the Usos was pretty good for the beginning of the year, of last year, and then after WrestleMania, just for a while. So that's why this category was kind of challenging for me. But it's just still, I can see why they were chosen.
The funny thing is they've won it the previous 2 years as well on WWE.
So I mean, but they're their premier tag team, right? You can always count on them to give you good feuds and matches. So
yeah, the next category is pay-per-view of the year.
You may have to speed it up a little bit.
We just want to go ahead and do the winner.
Well, instead of doing Royal Rumble, just Royal Rumble fast. I'm sorry,
I like my voice. All right,
do your voice, but just put a little
Royal Rumble, Fastlane, Takeover NOLA, WrestleMania, Takeover. She want to just cut it out.
Sorry,
Takeover Brooklyn 4 and Evolution, and the winner is okay.
No, do it.
Evolution.
Nah, you had an issue with this.
I did.
Why?
Because it was a good pay-per-view, but I don't think it was the best pay-per-view of the year. It was good because it was better than what we expected. Mm-hmm. And it went past our expectations, but it wasn't like the best one on the card. I'm sorry. It just wasn't.
Okay, you sexist.
It's not even about
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
All right, next one.
Excuse me.
You said we're running out of time.
All right, but I'm gonna say I got to rep for the women. Evolution, that was my favorite pay-per-view just because, again, the card wasn't that great, but the women performed extremely well. We had one of the matches of the year in that same pay-per-view. And the overall feel, it was electric. So I agree with Evolution.
Yeah, I think.
All right, sexist. Next category.
Match of the year: Asuka versus Charlotte Flair, WrestleMania. Seth Rollins versus Miz, Backlash. AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe at Super Showdown. Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar, Survivor Series. Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair, Evolution. Sasha Banks versus Asuka at Raw. Seth Rollins.
We weren't going to leave Sasha out.
Yeah, we have to put it somewhere. Seth Rollins Gauntlet match performance on Raw.
And the winner is
Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair, Evolution.
All the noises is jumbling up together. I know I said we gotta rush it, but
shh, I'm going up.
All right, well, yeah, of course, Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. That was an awesome match at the best pay-per-view of the year, of course.
Right.
I was throwing you.
No, I don't know about the best pay-per-view match.
But yeah, of course, that's a no-brainer. That was the best match of the year. NXT match of the year. Andrade Cien Almas versus Johnny Gargano at TakeOver Philly. Adam Cole versus Ricochet at TakeOver Brooklyn. North American Championship 6-way ladder match, Ricochet versus Adam Cole versus Velveteen Dream versus EC3 versus Killian Dane versus Lars Sullivan. Velveteen.
TakeOver Nola.
TakeOver Nola, thank you. Velveteen versus Ciampa at NXT TakeOver War Games. Aleister Black versus Andrade Cien Almas at NXT TakeOver NOLA. And Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano, the first one at TakeOver NOLA.
And the winner is
Ciampa versus Gargano at NXT TakeOver NOLA. Was that the first one or the street? No, yeah, that was the first one. And the street fight was the second, and then the match at Brooklyn was the third.
Yeah,
I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that. Andrade versus Aleister Black on that same card was better to me.
Yeah. And there was a match that we were discussing. It was Aleister versus
Adam Cole at Philly.
Yes, I thought was absolutely amazing. It was like a street fight match.
Right.
But
definitely, but I definitely say Black and Cien Almas and that TakeOver NOLA was.
Yeah, and I actually prefer Ciampa and Gargano's match, the Chicago street fight, over this. To be honest with you.
Actually, no, I'll take that back. Cien versus Gargano at Philly. That was a 5-star. That was the first 5-star Dave gave.
Which I find it funny that we didn't put that TakeOver in pay-per-view of the year, because I just remember it was that and then Adam Cole versus...
But, yeah.
Not Adam Cole versus Aleister Black. Oh, yeah, Adam Cole versus Aleister. It was just like back-to-back, and I was like...
Yeah, I think it's just the beginning of the card wasn't too big, but...
Yeah. NXT Male Superstar of the Year, Ricochet, Adam Cole, Aleister Black, Velveteen Dream, Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano. And the winner is...
Velveteen Dream.
Interesting.
But some of our followers actually said all 6.
All 6.
Shout out to Dom_O_Nick and R2J Deuce. Yeah. They're like, yeah, just get to all of them.
Which is very true. I mean, you can make a case for every single one of those guys.
Right.
NXT Women's Superstar of the Year.
Nikki Cross, Shayna Baszler, Kairi Sane, Bianca Belair, Candice LeRae, and Toni Storm.
And our winner is?
Shayna Baszler and Kairi Sane.
We have a tie.
We had a tie.
You can't go wrong with either or.
Nah, they definitely carried the women's division this year.
Absolutely.
Male Superstar of the Year. Braun Strowman, AJ Styles, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Daniel Bryan. And the winner is...
Burn it down. You know how that Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is the winner.
Burn it down!
Wow. Seth Rollins. Good job, buddy. Good job. I can see that.
Yeah. I'm not going to argue that.
Yeah. Women's Superstar of the Year. Our last category.
Do we have to go through this?
The winner is...
The winner is...
The man... Becky Lynch. And cut. Becky Lynch. Of course, who else? You know, we had, quite a few other women that had big years, but nothing like the man.
Nah, nothing's not even close.
All right, let's get into my show, Raw.
Yep.
All right. So
I didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it, so you're going to follow my lead.
Yep, go ahead.
We're going to start off with Drew McIntyre versus Dolph Ziggler in a steel cage match.
How was it?
So here's my thing. I didn't care for it. It wasn't anything for me.
Right.
I know those two are capable of putting on really good matches, and I understand what they're trying to do. Like, okay, the ratings suck, so let's try to throw everything, every gimmick and stuff, and hype up Raw. But it's just like it has to make sense. You know what I mean? Like I just felt like it was thrown in there just to bring up ratings.
Right.
I'm not sure what the ratings were like this past week, but I just thought it was just like, okay, it was a steel cage match, And I always hate when they win with a 3 count and they don't either climb out the cage or come
I hate that rule.
Because then what's the whole point?
They need to bring that back. Listen, you're listening to us?
They've been listening to us.
Take that ref out that ring. Either you go out through the door or climb over the cage. That's it.
Because then there's more, there's excitement there. Like, for what? The whole point is there's anything goes, there's no disqualification. Right. Let them beat each other up. That was the issue too with the match. Like, it was a cool technical wise, but there was nothing. You don't have to bleed or anything like that, but beat each other up. Yeah. So that was just my thing. I feel like Raw is doing too much just to get to impress us. Right. But less is more.
Yeah, I heard that they also did this whole Triple H versus Seth Rollins thing.
Well, it wasn't so much Triple H versus Seth Rollins, but they do something similar with what Vince did to AJ.
That's what I was getting to. You need it on both shows at the same time?
I just don't understand the point of it. And why do we need that Seth Rollins? Because Seth Rollins has been, pretty consistent throughout the whole year, minus this feud with Dean Ambrose. But it's just okay, what are you trying to get out of him? Right. You want him to be heel again? What do you want? Because they're playing, the McMahon family is playing face, so I don't understand what exactly was the point of it.
I mean, he said you used the word ruthless. They're trying to get to ruthless aggression era again.
I don't know. And then with all that said,
I actually watched this.
You did?
I watched this. Oh, wait, you said you still on Seth. Go
ahead. Seth got disqualified by hitting Lashley and Lio Rush for the chant. And it was what's the point of it? You know what I mean? I didn't understand it. It did nothing for me. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they're building him up to be aggressive like that. So maybe they want to have him face Brock at WrestleMania. I don't know, but okay.
That's not the guy to face Brock.
So you said you actually watched this match?
Yeah, I actually watched Apollo Crews versus Dean Ambrose and the Battle Royal. Because Apollo Crews is actually my frat brother, and he's we both crossed at the same time. Mm-hmm. So I was and I always wanted to push for him. So I'm they're giving him a shot. Yeah. And then seeing him go through the Battle Royal, I'm oh, okay. Yeah. And I seen the match. It was a pretty good match to get out of Dean. Yeah. And for him to just take the L was just
See, and that's the thing. Dean is not my favorite superstar. He's not. I want to like him, but not that I don't like him. It's just something about him I can't get with. And then the thing is, it's again, the whole point of the Intercontinental title is for the mid card to build new stars. Dean doesn't need it. Essentially, Dean at this point is a main, eventer and needs to go for that specific title. If you want change, because this is the same thing that they did with Tyler Breeze. They had him face it just to ultimately lose to Dean. And I understand, he has to hold it for a certain time. But hell, right. With Sasha, I found some way to bring her in here. You remember when they had her lose the title after 8 days? Right. Why can't Dean lose it on Raw? Right. You know what I mean? I don't think he needs it. And it was an okay match, but I was just disappointed. It's what's the direction with this title?
Exactly.
So... a moment of bliss.
Somehow they find a way to put her into something.
Well, I know you weren't gonna like this. I just find it odd. What are they doing with her? Because she's been cleared.
I don't think they want to risk it.
You think it's that they don't want to risk it, or they don't have any direction for her?
I don't think they want to risk it. I think they feel like if they try to put her in the picture again, people are gonna rebel. Yeah.
So maybe it's that they don't have a direction for her.
I think it's a combination of both.
Which is, my thing is, it's okay, well, Alexa doesn't need to be in the title picture. They're throwing all the women in tag team matches. We had 2 tag team matches again for the women. I understand that the championships have been announced for this year, but it's
Ronda and Natalya is not going to be a tag
exactly.
team.
So it's does for that matter,
and to main event again.
And then for that matter, have Alexa and her bestie Ember, right. Have a feud, something. She doesn't necessarily have to be, you know what I mean, in a title picture, right? But I think she'll probably show up at Royal Rumble, to be honest with you.
This is why I didn't really care to rush to watch Raw.
So you didn't give it a rating?
No.
What did the people rate it?
I'm an NA.
He's NA.
What's yours?
I gave it a C.
And the people gives it B+.
Yeah, it was just a typical Raw. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't oh, this is amazing or whatever. It was just all right, same old.
Basically.
Your
On
show.
to my show, SmackDown. Kicked off with AJ. The whole thing with him hitting Vince,
Well,
I liked it.
Kick off with that, but yeah, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I liked it. Him and Vince, because I feel like it bring to go into a heel turn, and what we've always said is his character got stale. I feel like this is a good way for him to go that way.
But if he turns into a heel, who's up next for the face? Is it Mustafa Ali, like to be the top face? So who's going to be the face to take his place? I rhymed.
There you go. Then they setting up Rusev for that.
Nah, I don't see it. But I'm cool with an AJ heel. I just don't understand what exactly they want from. It's the same thing with Seth. I don't understand what exactly they want from them.
Well, Vince was more deliberate in his. I didn't see the one with Triple H and Seth, but Vince was more deliberate in his delivery. It was like, because you didn't see it?
I did. I watched it. I told you. That's why I was up to like.
Yeah.
Whatever.
The whole thing with like, this is supposed to be a place, but you're not wrestling. What's happening? Kind of situation. Like, this is supposed to be, you got Daniel Bryan running your house right now. Kind of thing. Yeah, so it made more sense.
I get it, but that man had that title for 1,000,000 years. So I'm like, you're bound to lose it.
Right. But, it's just, some, encouragement.
So your boy.
Who?
John Cena.
I didn't see him. Where's my joke drum?
You never use the one that I like though.
What?
The crowd laugh, the audience laugh. Anyway, John Cena returned to team up with the hottest superstar, the Man, against Andrade and Zelina.
Yeah, she dropped some bars on him.
Yeah, girl.
It was a good setup. It was a good setup by Cena. Like, what man's coming down? Like,
yeah.
I'm like, oh, man, huh?
The Man.
The man's coming down.
That's it. I'm actually happy Cena's back. I can't believe I say it. I was happy to see him.
No, I didn't mind seeing him.
And I don't know. See, Astro went to this show, and I didn't hear John Cena sucks, but he said people were genuinely happy to see him and cheered for him. But I'm like, that's kind of part of his thing now, like Kurt Angle, like the "you suck" chant.
Yeah.
So I was like, really? It had to be edited.
As long as they don't give him the title,
yeah, I think
he's good.
I think those days are done.
As long as he's not burying anybody,
I think those days are done.
He's good.
But they may give him that title eventually to beat Ric Flair's.
They're not doing it. Well, did you put in the Hot Topics what Vince said about him?
No.
Well, apparently he said at a live show he wants everybody to consider John Cena now as
the
greatest of all time.
I think that was at MSG.
Right. And I'm like,
yeah, well. Anyway, John and Becky defeat Selena and Andrade. I was very happy for them.
It was a good match.
It was all right match, but just the fact that they got to
get that
rub against Cena
and Becky. So
that was pretty dope. Who's ready for Asuka?
I say give it to Carmella. She had a good point.
She did. She beat both Charlotte Flair and Asuka twice
each.
So you would have Carmella versus Asuka at Royal Rumble?
Yeah, why not? She deserves it. She put in that work.
I'm conflicted. I don't know. Because we already seen Charlotte and Becky, she lost. Technically she deserves a rematch clause even though they're not doing that anymore. But I don't know. I really don't know who should face Asuka at this point. I have no idea the direction for the SmackDown Women's title.
But that's what I'm saying. Give it to why not let Carmella, who has a valid point, get that shot.
But is it now, as Carmella is a face, is it believable that she can beat Asuka? Because remember, she beat Asuka as a heel, like a cowardly heel that's going to do whatever she can to win. This is now Carmella, the face, Now
I think about it, she's not even going to face the Royal Rumble because she's in the Royal Rumble.
At number 30. So now it can't be her, right? Unless they decide to have someone show up twice at Royal Rumble in that match and that. So who's the next possible?
Nikki Cross.
She gotta earn it, man. You can't just come up and get these title matches. That's what I'm talking about. I hate that. Vince.
Unless they play into Unless they play into that whole NXT thing they had. She was the closest one to beat Asuka.
That's very true
in NXT.
But you gotta earn your way at this point.
Maybe number one contenders match. Let her be the secret entry fourth, between the 4-way.
I don't like that. I don't like that. Let you take your time, get some matches, win, and then they have a contenders match because it's not number one contender anymore. And
what you mean it's not number one?
You remember the words? It was a couple of weeks ago. There was a list of words that are now banned on TV.
This number one contender
was one of them. Yeah, I remember when on Raw, I forgot. Apollo Crews became contender for the Intercontinental Championship. He didn't say number one contender.
This is stupid.
I know. The main event, Fatal 5-Way with AJ, Mustafa, Samoa Joe, Randy Orton, and Rey Mysterio. What did you think of it? Obviously, you said it was dope. What was dope about it?
Just seeing all the different parts, finding their way, so to speak, and making that match work. It was never like a downtime. Everybody had their moments. Everybody shined. And even at the end, you didn't really know who was going to win because everybody had a chance to really pull it out. And they went with AJ.
What do you think about that?
I'm okay with it.
Okay.
Just because this kind of rubs him out of the picture completely. Mm-hmm. Because like I said, at this point they have to build up Mustafa Ali because they can't have Daniel Bryan beating all these monsters.
Do you think Daniel Bryan is going to WrestleMania as the WWE champion?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna go there.
See, my thing is though, I would have liked to see AJ in the Royal Rumble. I mean, the last time we saw him was
his debut.
Right. I would have loved to see him now that he's a seasoned vet in the WWE, just how he would perform in there. And I think the crowd would pop to hear his music.
Maybe he will be, like you said.
Show up twice.
It's happened before.
Yeah.
It happened with freaking Roman Reigns. Everybody was like, I remember that. I was there for that. And Roman came out. Everybody was like, what the? Again? Why are you here?
Roman, my guy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, too, I think AJ was probably the most reasonable person to have to face Daniel Bryan. Because like you said, no one wants to see Randy Orton at this point. Rey Mysterio would have been cool.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see that. And Mustafa Ali, you still have to build him up. And I still don't know what they're doing with Joe. So there you go.
My man Joe, man.
How did you rate SmackDown?
Give it a B.
I gave it a B, too.
And the people gave it A-.
All right. See, the viewers are always more generous than we are.
Not Astro. Astro be giving straight zeros. I'm like, yo, are you doing this on purpose, or this is by mistake?
Sometimes he be trolling. Not much happened on 205 Live, just the qualifying matches. I was a little surprised that Leo Rush didn't, win his match against what's this guy, Kalisto?
Yeah.
Just because that would have been great, the mouthpiece with that title and bringing it onto Raw as well.
They're not gonna let him show it on Raw.
I don't know. It should have.
They don't let the NXT people show their titles on Raw. So why would they let that?
I mean, they did. I mean, this is a new era again. So why not?
I'm not giving them too much.
All right, let's get into hot topics, though.
No. You want to discuss something from NXT?
No, what was?
I'm asking you. Is there anything you want?
No, that's why
I wanted to bring up Wrestle Kingdom.
Talk about it. That's not NXT. Talk about it.
All right. I just wanted to make sure you
got your New Japan Pro Wrestling shirt.
Yeah, there's a reason for it in Hot Topics.
There you go.
This Friday is going to be Wrestle Kingdom 13.
Thank you.
This is going to be New Japan Pro Wrestling, basically WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. This is when they end all feuds and start new ones and stuff like that. And it's going to be a very interesting card. Just to say a couple of Cody's putting up his U.S. title against Juice Robinson. God is going against Evil Sonata and the Young Bucks for the tag team titles.
So they all going to drop their titles.
Most likely. Who else is I want to talk about? Chris Jericho got to put up his IC title against Naito. Mm-hmm. Okada's going against Jay White. They've been building this up for a very long time, so this is going to be a very great match. Mm-hmm. And, of course, Omega versus Tanahashi. For those that don't know, Tanahashi's basically like the Cena of New Japan. Mm-hmm. And Kenny Omega is basically the new blood. They don't like the way each other's styles of wrestling is. It's like, no, you got to keep it traditional Japan. And Kenny's like, no, this is the new era kind of situation. So it's a lot of great matches on here. Kushida versus Ishimori. Mm-hmm. So if you can, get that Wrestle Kingdom this weekend. It's coming on 4 o'clock in the morning, Saturday.
I will be up.
Yeah, I'm not going to be up. I have my son this weekend. But you can always watch the replay throughout the weekend and avoid social media because people are going to spoil it.
Well, I won't be on social media, so there you go.
Oh, sorry. One more match that you got to watch. Kota Ibushi versus Will Ospreay. That's going to be
And you know, your boy Ospreay be out here.
That's gonna be nuts.
Hot topic. Vince McMahon officially announces the women tag team titles coming this year. You don't look happy about it.
I mean, I'd have liked it to be announced with actual titles to be seen.
Yeah.
And I also would have liked it to be announced not on a taped event.
Yeah.
And I would like the tag team bracket, like just saying like, it's coming.
Yeah.
Wait on it.
Yeah. Because now we don't know if it's going to come at Royal Rumble, it's going to come at WrestleMania.
You don't know when.
Maybe
SummerSlam.
Evolution. If there's another Evolution. What do you think they're going to do? They're not going to have, I don't think they're going to have 2 for each brand. I think I think they're going to have one for all 3. Yeah. And just whatever.
NXT included. So
who's the first one that's going to win?
Probably Iconics.
You think the Iconics?
Yeah, or either Iconics or I say Nia Jax and Tamina.
You don't think Sasha and Bayley?
No, because they push it too much.
Yeah, I agree. You know, when it comes to Sasha and Bayley, for that matter, it's just whatever reason they just like, you know, it's right there for us to like.
Because they keep saying it, like even on the announced team, like Michael Cole was like, they could be the first ever. They could be the first ever.
Vince,
and this is why I say this is where Sasha's going to turn on Bayley.
Listen to this man. They've been listening to our show, so listen to that.
This is the setup right here.
Listen to this man right here.
This is where Banks blames Bayley for not winning the tag team titles.
Right.
And this is when we can get the feud that we always wanted for WrestleMania.
Speaking of Bayley, she was interviewed by Metro Sport and asked a series of questions. One of the questions she was asked is, she's satisfied in regards to the WWE at the moment. Her response was, I never really look at other people. I just worry about myself. I'm always wanting more, and there's a lot more to be done. But we're working on it and trying our best. She was also asked how vocal she is backstage. She said, very vocal. We bother them a lot. When she says we, I wonder who she's referring to. Obviously, Sasha Banks.
Boss time!
When asked if she's listened to, she says sometimes it's a process. I'm actually very surprised that Bayley is vocal. She doesn't come off as the vocal type.
I'm pretty sure her best friend pushes her to say stuff.
Yeah, I agree. Did you notice her fiance Aaron Solo was he was in a squash match? It wasn't this week. It was like last week or something.
Oh, really?
On 205 Live with Leo Rush.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I was like, wait a second.
I don't know what he looks like. So
you don't know what Aaron looks like?
Mm-mm.
No, I'll show you a picture. Yeah, he's a wrestler.
So there's supposed to be a big push coming up in 2019. Typo. 2019.
I've been doing so well.
You did. It's always a year that gets you when you switch over.
But see, the thing at work, I've been writing 19. I make a conscious effort.
Right.
Okay.
But big push for it in 2019 is coming to Mandy Rose. According to Dave Meltzer, Vince
I wonder
McMahon,
if that was heard. Can you hear when I whispered her name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Vince McMahon is big on the idea of making Mandy Rose a star.
No.
I wonder why. Really?
Really? Wow.
Mandy Rose out of all those people.
I guarantee you, Mandy Rose and Lacey Evans will have a big year in the women's division.
In my opinion, Sonya Deville is better.
See, I don't think Mandy's bad at all, but
she's not. But Sonya Deville is better. It's
the same thing in regards to it's just her looks, her hair, her body type. You know, it's just typical Vince and WWE.
Ain't Corey Graves like married?
Yeah,
he be lusting over her heavy.
That's just Vince. That's Vince in his ear.
He's the voice of Vince.
Yeah. Another rumor, according to Dave Mesler, Finn Balor will receive a significant push on the card this year.
I've been hearing this for 2 years.
Yeah, well, this is the new era, right?
I've been hearing this for 2 years.
It's the new era. We'll see. Enzo, your boy Enzo.
Enzo Amore on why he crashed Survivor Series. He said it had nothing to do with his music career. He wanted to beat Vince McMahon at his own game. He knew Vince McMahon would hate it, but would respect it. He was able to trend without being a WWE employee.
My thing is, it wasn't like he trended all night because whatever matches or whatever eventually took over that 1-2, and it's like, okay, you did it.
But you was trending because people was clowning you.
Yeah, of stupidity, not because like, oh, Enzo is back or whatever.
Oh, that was tough. No, it wasn't. That was.
Shout out to C's though. That's his boy.
That was a big.
I mean, you know, whatever. You got to make a name for yourself, but it's just like, okay, that was.
But then when you say it's not for your music career, you did it the same day that you dropped your single. You dropped your single right after it. All right, man.
Anyway, Nia Jax calls out WWE. Shout out to Wilkins, Sir Wilkins, because we've been having this conversation via text, and he sent me this article, and thought it was pretty interesting to discuss. So WWE had posted a social media post about the women's division basically dominating in 2018, and I say with air quotes, they unintentionally posted a picture of Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, I already said Ronda, Becky Lynch, Carmella, and the Iconics. Mm-hmm. All being fair-skinned women, right? Nia responded with hashtag we here too, and put different colored emojis, colored emoji women. Ty Dillinger responded to Nia Jax's tweet by tweeting himself, all the WWE ladies had a great year, but these ones had some very captivating moments in 2018. And if you're all hashtag boo-boo face about being left off the list, despite being on TV all the time, maybe spend more time on the craft instead of social media. Congratulations, ladies. What do you think about that?
I get Nia Jax's point because to counter what Ty Dillinger said, what did the Iconics do?
I was thinking the same exact thing.
What did his Iconics really do?
The same. I was thinking the same.
And
exact thing.
No offense to Carmella, what did Carmella really do?
Carmella had let's not say she didn't have a good year. She did have a good year.
She had a good year, but she's not one of the top. You know what I'm saying? Like
she's not one of the top
to be featured. You know what I'm saying? Like
in a perfect world, though, she did have a good year and technically could be featured. She had a good year. She held the Money in the Bank briefcase for a long time. I don't know if that's necessarily an accomplishment or not.
But that was mainly 2017.
Yeah, but into 2018 as well.
But
whatever the case,
she did pin Asuka and Charlotte twice.
That's
But again, like Naomi won the first battle royal at WrestleMania.
If we want to put stuff out there, right?
Like Asuka won Royal Rumble.
Sasha Banks,
and then won the SmackDown title.
Sasha Banks was in the Royal Rumble for over 50 minutes, 54 minutes or whatever, and was like the Iron Woman of that match.
Right. There was different ways they could have went about it.
But this is why I put in air quotes unintentional, because this is my gripe that we had this conversation actually with the Jobber Tears podcast. Shout out to them after SummerSlam, right? When they posted the Evolution banner and it was Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss, 3 white women with blonde hair,
right?
And that's not a representation of
your roster,
of the roster and your fan base, So I understand her gripe. But by the same token, Nia does, it's about Nia. You know what I mean? Because she made it, remember for the Super Showdown?
Right.
Or whatever, and Buddy Murphy won, or it was the first Australian or whatever to win whatever. And then she was like, oh, it's what you call, she was like a Mrs. Me Too. Like, oh, look at me too. I'm whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or she's German or something. I forget the actual the feat was, But then fast forward to a promo she had on Raw. She didn't mention that she's half whatever. Right. She only mentioned the part that she's Samoan. So you know what I mean. I just find Nia when you were in the spotlight, it was all good, right? If they posted a picture of Nia, would she have said we here too? No. So let's also keep it 100, I feel.
And that's kind of my thing, too, when they talk about the heavyweight championship. I don't really count The Rock like that, only because he plays more to the Samoan side.
It's always been that thing about The Rock, that whole racial and ambiguity. No, that's not how you say the word. I can't talk right now.
I don't know what you're trying to say, so.
It'll come to me. But, yeah, I mean, like you said, he plays up to his Samoan side. So, that's what it comes down to.
I mean, they're trying to do something different, so let's see how that goes.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, Ty, I feel like he needed to mind his business on that sense, but at the same time, Nia needs to...
They both could have just stepped away from the situation.
I mean, granted, sometimes
the conversations needed to be had.
Exactly.
But these not the people that need to
ambiguity.
be having it.
Got it. There we go. God, I hate that. I told you I was thinking about it. You know, because I'm known about my being articulate in my words and what have you. So that was bothering me. I apologize. Okay, continue.
Okay, so we're going to move on.
This is all about you.
This is my world.
This is your world.
First of all, I want to say I was right. To the people I've had this conversation with.
I was about to say, like, what?
I was right. Those people that I was having conversations, everybody that had conversations was about this, doubted me.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. This is before it was any trademarks, rumors, anything. From the moment that I left All In, I was like, this is what's going to happen. And I was right. It's official.
Good for you.
AEW, All Elite Wrestling, has been announced on Being the Elite, and it will be owned by Tony Khan as owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's also the president. And here's what we know. Cody will be executive producer of the promotion, and he will be vice president alongside the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks would be bookers, and the rest of the Elite will have road agents and booking positions.
They'll be the road agents, yeah.
And that's according to Ryan Stanton of Pro Wrestling Sheet. AEW will be targeting Tuesday nights as SmackDown will move to Friday on Fox. According to Dave Meltzer, many TV networks are interested in the promotion for the success of All In. I know that WGN is interested. I know that CW is interested. And with CW is actually talked about being put on Monday to start the Monday Night Wars all over again.
I like that.
So this is like...
The way Raw is slipping, man.
This is crazy. Multiple wrestlers are signed to the new promotion. They didn't say who yet, but it includes right now Cody Rhodes, Brandon Rhodes, and Young Bucks just signed in like 2 days ago. Many popular WWE superstars are keeping an eye on the promotion as they are unhappy with their current situation, creativity, and need a new change of scenery. The first AEW pay-per-view, Double or Nothing, will have a free rally in Jacksonville, Florida. On the 8th, ironically, the same day as SmackDown Live will be held.
Wow.
I mean, that's going to be their headquarters, so I get why they picked it, but on the Tuesday, come on.
The irony how that, you know what this reminds me of? Is similar to when they
invaded.
Yeah, kind of like, see? Like when DX invaded WCW, man.
Cody Rhodes tweeted his excitement about AEW. What's old isn't new. What's new is new. Perception isn't reality. Reality is reality. Fans first.
Sorry, the reason why I put that, it was a longer tweet or message, but that fans first thing.
Yeah.
And when we were discussing it this didn't have to happen. It
didn't have to be this way.
It didn't have to be this way. And this is a constant conversation I had with multiple people. I said,
sorry.
The draft is over, my guy.
Apparently not, because they're about to draft some new superstars.
No, but yeah, like you underestimated the competition. I said, don't underestimate the competition. And we thought it was going to be Mark Cuban.
Right.
Wound up being Tony Khan. But regardless.
That was the only part. I was like, it's somebody with a lot of money.
With money. That's in the sports, realm.
Yep.
And we saw how great All In was. I said it from then.
God.
We both said it.
That's still the best show I've attended live.
We both said it. After you attended it, after
watched it.
And then when we watched the WWE the following week and you didn't step it up then.
Yeah.
That was a problem. And I said, don't underestimate the competition.
Then they announced the Madison Square Garden.
And you still underestimated and was like, whatever.
I'm trying to block it.
And this in the conversation that me and you had, I said, you have to go to MSG. You can't leave MSG out. They didn't want to do MSG. And all this happened. And now, look, we don't know. And, these are the beginning stages. We don't know how it's going to turn out. But
it's not now, but there's footsteps.
So, whatever, like, the tape shows for Raw and SmackDown. SmackDown was fine, but with Raw, it is starting next week. It's time.
This is when you pick it up.
You know what I mean? You're listening to the fans. The people that we've been wanting that's on there, Finn, Sasha, Seth, get rid of Brock. I know that's your guy, but it's time to get like the title on and popping and just get like really dope matches going. It's time.
Do you know what the thing with Brock is? And is that I spoke to some people that actually have knowledge on this. Mm-hmm. He actually wants to be there. But Vince is like, no, this is good for your character. This is bad. Like, he wants to be there. I said this before, and then when I spoke to people like, yeah, he does. Like, he's always said like, all right, you're going to pay me to be away. I'm not going to argue, but I could be there more. And this is what happened. And I know people are thinking like, Kenny Omega hasn't been part of the promotion or anything like that. You guys have to remember that he's still under contract with New Japan, and he's the champion. He can't promote another promotion and be the champion of another. Like, that's conflict of interest over general. And there's reports out there that Vince and Triple H are trying to reach out to him. I don't think that's going to happen. Because at All In, I think I did post it on our page, when he said that after All In happened, this blew everything out the water. They're going on this journey together. So
1, 2, and then we've seen multiple times on Being in the League when they poked fun at just how WWE treats their current roster.
Right.
We saw when the New Day and the Elite went head to head in that
Yep.
What was it?
Was it Street Fighter?
It was. What do you call what do you call it for the game?
E3.
E3. Yeah. When they went head to head and Kenny and them took jabs on how whatever.
Can you talk this way?
Exactly. They weren't for what? For
what would you want to go?
And then shout out to them because I'm pretty sure Vince and them can throw all the money at them in the world, and
they turned it down.
They turned it down because it's about quality.
And there was a report that they offered the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes 7 figures, and they said no. So
you gotta love when it's about your passion, and Vince and them, maybe not Triple H, but Vince and them and the other guys in corporate has lost sight of that, and it's just been about dollars a long, long time. And like we said, it didn't have to be this way. So,
it didn't have to.
So we'll see. The tide is definitely turning.
I'm so excited for this.
On that note, I changed the question a little bit because originally I said, what changes would you like to see in the WWE for 2019? But just in general, in regards to wrestling, like what do you want to see? Do you want to see new Monday Night Wars, or just a war in general in regards to the promotions? What do you want to see in regards to WWE? What do you want them to change? Like what is it that you want to see?
Well, I'll start off with WWE. To me, I honestly just want to see them actually listen to the people and trying to not force people upon us and let things happen organically, because that's what used to happen. And I want them to be more defiant in the categories in terms of main roster of these are the main eventers, these are the mid-carders, and these are the tag teams.
Yeah.
Because that's what made it good, because you had a time for tag teams, you had a time for mid-card, you had a time for main eventers, and everybody had time to shine. Yeah. Now it's so all over the place. We have main eventers throughout the entire show, and then you got mid-carders sprinkled in, and maybe we'll get a tag team. Like, to me, it lost its art form in terms of producing a show, because you want to put your face guys as much as you can on the camera. Yeah. So now you lacking character development for your rest of your roster. Yep. So when that top person gets hurt or got to go away, everybody else is suffering, and now you're looking at them like it's time for you to step up.
That Roman Reigns dig.
No, it's not even just Roman Reigns.
I know.
Like Braun Strowman.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? Like, now you're scrambling, and then now your show looks out of place. Whereas a show that actually tries to do that formation, like SmackDown, people are rotating. You should look at that and see that.
Well, in general, it's not even so. And again, I agree 1,000%. Raw has lacked for the majority of last year, and SmackDown has been the better show. But it's both brands. It's both brands.
No, definitely. But you see SmackDown make more of an effort.
And I understand that. But it's in general both brands, especially with the tag team division.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was the New Day, the Bar, and the Usos until they did the whole new era thing.
Right.
And again, it just goes back down to, like you said, listening to what the people want. We've told you time and time again the feuds and stuff we wanted. We wanted to see Finn. Finn has not won a title since he got injured and had to relinquish the Universal Championship.
He didn't win a title before that.
You know what I mean? We want to see Seth as a heavyweight champion. We want to see Sasha and Bayley go at it. We want to see Sasha, have her dominant reign as champion or whatever.
I had gotten into an argument last week about this whole thing because somebody brought up the whole Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks thing. And they're like, "Oh, Sasha's not that great on the mic." I had to pull up old clips from NXT and when she first came on Raw. When you give her the time to do what she needs to do as a heel, she delivers. She was the mouthpiece for Team Bad.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
fine. So
even when it was Sasha and Charlotte was the one that suffered wasn't that good on the mic, and it was Sasha that was the better one. But after a while, if you can't hone in those skills and you're not allowing someone to
continue to grow,
then you're gonna, you know,
like Sasha made the girl cry at NXT. Like I haven't seen Alexa Bliss make anybody cry. Just from being in the ring.
I mean, regardless of the whole Sasha and Alexa Bliss thing, but yeah, again, you know, this past week on Raw, there was chance when there was the tag team match. We want Sasha, right?
Right.
Listen to the people. Alexa Bliss is fine or whatever. She had her moment, but there's no reason why. Yeah, I understand it might be for precaution, but if that's not the case and she's ready to go, why don't you have something for her to do it? She doesn't have to be in the title picture.
Right.
You know, Ronda's been good. Ronda's, you know, whatever. And I understand she has to go undefeated because of WrestleMania and what have you.
All that stuff.
But,
cool.
You know, you got to mix it up. This whole undefeated thing, and especially when we know that's what you're doing.
Right.
You know? We won't, if you let Bayley go undefeated, that's out of nowhere. That might be captivating.
Right.
But we already see what's happening. You know, you have to switch it up. You have to put who we want, you know, and surprise us.
Like
right?
When Asuka was undefeated, it was like, yo, it came out of nowhere.
It came out of nowhere, but we were also upset because, of course, it was Charlotte.
Yeah, we lost.
You know,
she lost it.
Yeah,
I'm talking about just in terms, just a build of the undefeatedness.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, "Yo, where'd she come from?" Like, "Oh snap, this is actually good. Who's gonna actually do it?"
Yeah.
And then you had Charlotte do it, and nobody benefited from it.
But besides WWE, what do you just like to see for other promotions in regards to just competing or what have you?
The only thing I would like to see is for New Japan, for AEW. I just want to see them come out and put a great product together and let that build for the next couple of years, and then it could be a threat in 2, 3, 4 years. Don't try to be a threat right now.
Right now.
Oh, also
because you're gonna burn out like WCW did.
That's why I said that, because I'm also hearing that they're thinking about putting them on TNT and TBS. Like Turner's thinking about buying into it. So that's what I want to bring up. But yeah. AEW, do what you got to do.
We really going back to Monday Night Wars.
That's what I'm saying. Like this, they really trying to get this going.
The 90s are back, son.
So take your time, compete in 3-4 years. Don't try to do it automatically. For New Japan,
especially they have to build up the roster. I mean, because SCU and the Elite, but you got it. And we don't know who else is coming.
We don't know because there's a lot of free agents out there.
And again, I would love to see them, especially Brandy is signed to them.
Yeah,
find women superstars because that's women wrestlers. I apologize because that's. Women's wrestling is big this year.
And that was my next point. For New Japan, I would like you to either team up with Shimmer or create your own division, because New Japan have no women division. Mm-hmm. And you need that if you're going to be global.
Yeah. So it's time, because women wrestlers or the women superstars of the WWE have shown last year that they're better than the men.
Right.
I think that, might catch flack or people might agree with that, but that's really the case. The women wrestlers outshine the men time and time again last year, and I think that's just going to be an upward trend.
Yeah, 2018 was definitely the year for the women. And
it's time for other promotions to really hone into that and really focus on that, because if they can do that, WWE is definitely in trouble.
Right, and that's why I want from Japan, create a women's division and be in Ring of Honor. Pick up your women's division. Like
it's there, but
it's there, but it's like just there.
Yeah.
So
and AEW, All Wrestling, if they can pick up some women and really decent, wrestlers, women wrestlers. I don't know, but that is our first show of 2019.
Yeah. It was a great show.
I thought it was a good show.
It's good being back. It's been a while.
It's been a while. It's been a week.
It's been a while.
It's been a week.
In wrestling world, that's a lot.
That's a lot. That's true. A lot of things can change within a week. But that is our show. Thank you for listening and watching. You can follow us both at
The Mixed Tag Show, or you can follow us on our personals at Blue Magic Grind spelled out sound, or at
Miss Jenna Baby, BAYBEE.
Don't forget to head over to our description and our bios and click on that link for the WWE shop. Get you a nice discount. Head over to the Royal Rumble. Get you some gear for the Royal Rumble. That's going to be on there.
And if you want something non-WWE, you can go to Collar and Elbow. Go ahead, do it. Do the whole. There we go. Or New Year, New Me.
Right.
Or maybe same you. Maybe you're into fitness. head to the link on it. Use our code TMTS for both collar and elbow and on it, and get you some stuff. Let's get this workout together. We're trying to get some
coins, and we're trying to be fit.
And we're trying to help people out.
Healthy 2019.
Trying to get your swag. That's the thing for 2019. Get your swag up.
Wrestling swag.
That's it.
And on that note, I bid you adieu. Goodbye. Mwah. And good night. I was a little too early on that, but it's cool.
It's okay.
It's the Mixtag Show.
The Mixtag Show.
With Jenna and Blue.
Damn.